Hi, YouTube. Hey, YouTube. My sad video when I was crying, that one got removed because I guess because I was so sad talking about things I'm not allowed to talk about. See, the internet is really weird. You know, you can talk about some things. You can even curse, really, as long as you mark it adult. But you can't um, talk about your real feelings. You really can't be talk about your real feelings because I don't know. I don't really understand the rules. Anyway, they removed it, so uh, I guess I won't do any crying sessions on YouTube. So much for YouTube shrink. Just when you thought you were safe. Nope, you're not. Alright, no problem. Well, I'm just going to talk about tearjerkers. I was talking about the horror genre, and I do want to watch some more horror movies and review them, but today I was thinking about uh, Jaden Christopher Smith, a young actor. I think he was, I think he's 26 years old or something. He was born in like 1998. I just read his wiki. Um, he's Will Smith's son, and he's been in a few movies. Not a lot, but um, the first movie I ever saw him in is the movie I want to talk about. And the first movie I ever saw him in is is titled "The Pursuit of Happyness," starring Will Smith and Jaden Smith, Jaden Christopher Smith, which is interesting because his character's name in the movie is Christopher. Uh, anyway, I'm bringing this up because I know where happened to my Planet of the Apes, what happened to my Jurassic Park, what happened to my horror film reviews. I want to do all that stuff. I do, but you know, sometimes I write or do a video just based on what I'm thinking about and feeling today. I'm not gonna video vlog today about things that occurred this morning. Just gonna keep that to myself because I don't want to start crying or saying anything inappropriate. But this movie, The Pursuit of Happyness, I don't know who directed it. I didn't look up all the details. It's called The Pursuit of Happyness, and it's starring Will Smith and his son Jaden Smith. And I bring this movie up, and I recommend it if you like tearjerkers. This is in all the movies. I mean, usually when I wanted to cry, when I wanted a tearjerker movie, I would go and watch an old Disney movie like Dumbo or Bambi or something like that so that I could cry. You know, sometimes you really want to cry and you just can't find you know, your soft spot. You need to. I don't know if you've ever felt that way. Well, I don't always have to go look for Dumbo or Bambi. I can I can watch The Pursuit of Happyness, and I think every time I've watched it, which is probably more than 3 times, I cry. It's one of those movies. It's a tearjerker. If it doesn't make you cry, well, I mean, I guess the people who cry when they watch this movie, Pursuit of Happyness, is are the people like me who feel it, who know the pain that the father's going through, the pain that the child's going through, even the pain that the mother's going through. I suppose we just know uh, how that how that pain feels. Now, uh, I mean, I do have some critiques about the movie. It's not the acting. I mean, I think that the acting was absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. I hate using the word perfect, but this is not a film that I'm critiquing about acting. My critiques have to do with the fact that it is a tearjerker, the fact that it's meant to be a realistic movie, and it's meant to be a drama, and it's meant to make you think and cry. I mean, it's meant to. If it doesn't, then there's something that you just don't feel about it, that you just don't comprehend about it. Um, it makes me cry every time, and that's personal. But I wonder, I mean, as a film aficionado, as a critiquer, as a, as an artist, I wonder if this movie would be a tearjerker if the mother, the father, and the child were white. In another movie that was based off of To Kill a Mockingjay, the movie was called, it was with Matthew McConaughey. The movie was called A Time to Kill. And Matthew McConaughey played the white lawyer who was making a defense for the black man who was being charged with murder um, for defending and or avenging. All right, avenging. He was a vigilante. They called him avenging the rape and almost murder of his daughter, and that's why it's called A Time to Kill, because the Matthew McConaughey had to find a way to defend this poor black man who his daughter went through hell. And at the end of his defense, he said in the courtroom, he described all the horrific events and you know, why the man went temporarily insane and avenged his daughter's brutal rape. But he said at the end, now imagine if she was white. So I like to do that with the movie The Pursuit of Happyness because it makes me cry every time. But I don't know if this is a tearjerker for the majority. Does everybody cry when they watch The Pursuit of Happyness, or is it just me? Is it just black people that cry, or is it just poor people who cry? Would we cry if the mother, father, and son or child, if this story was told, if it was done in white people? I mean, when I watched The Karate Kid with Ralph Macchio and Mr. Miyagi, you know, some of the students said, "Well, have you seen the other Karate Kid movie, the one with Jaden Smith?" Well, it's basically the same story, except that it's reversed. It's not a little white boy who's getting picked on, it's a little black boy who's getting picked on. Did it have the same impact? Yes. I had no difference of emotion just because the little boy was white or the little boy was black. I felt the same emotion that the little boy was feeling. Outnumbered, picked on, ostracized, uh, weak. How do you defend yourself? I don't mean to sound like Michael Jackson, but it doesn't matter if you're black or white. Those are really difficult feelings, really scary feelings, especially when you're young and you feel all alone. And it's not about your flesh tone. It could happen to anyone. But I mean, I'm just thinking, is the Pursuit of Happyness movie a tearjerker because it's sad because of what they went through, or is it a tearjerker because it's sad that black people go through that? Or is it a tearjerker even if white people go through that? Is it not sad if white people go through that? I'm just curious. It is a tearjerker in my book, but I would have cried even if the family was white.